Welcome to Neural Wings, your source for Kalamazoo Wings game analysis and predictions, brought to you by absolutely no one. I'm your host, Ano, here to recap the last week of K-Wings hockey and what's ahead for the red, white, and blue. Central Division Update. The Central Division race is reaching a fever pitch as the calendar turns to March, with every point carrying massive implications for postseason positioning. The Fort Wayne Komets have taken control of the top spot with 72 points through 54 games, holding a record of 32-14 and 8-0. They hold a slight edge over the Toledo Walleye, who sit in second with 70 points and a record of 31-13 and 4-4. The Indy Fuel maintain third place with 57 points, while the Bloomington Bison hold the final playoff spot in fourth with 54 points. Our Kalamazoo Wings find themselves in sixth place with 52 points and a record of 23-3-3. While they are currently on the outside looking in, the K-Wings are just 1 point behind the Cincinnati Cyclones, 53 points, and only 2 points back from the playoff cutoff line held by Bloomington. The Iowa Heartlanders round out the division in seventh with 43 points. Game recaps. February 24th, 2026. Away loss at Indy Fuel. Score 2-6. The Wings opened the week with a rare Tuesday morning matinee at the Fishers Event Center. Kalamazoo struggled to contain the Fuel offense, falling behind 2-1 in the first period and eventually surrendering 3 goals in the third. Colin Bielik and Hunter Strand provided the scoring for the Wings, while Tariq Uten faced 34 shots, making 28 saves in the effort. February 27th, 2026. Away loss at Wheeling Nailers. Score 2-7. The road trip moved to West Virginia for a physical encounter at Westbanco Arena. Andre Gantus and Josh Bloom both scored in the first period to keep the Wings within reach, but Wheeling's special teams took over, converting 3 power play goals on 6 opportunities. Aku Koskenvuo faced a barrage of 41 shots in his first start of the week, turning aside 34 in a difficult road outing. February 28, 2026. Away loss at Cincinnati Cyclones. Score 2-4. Kalamazoo traveled to Cincinnati for the first of a back-to-back set at Heritage Bank Center. Jackson Kunz was the standout performer for the Wings, netting 2 goals in the second period to give the team a lead heading into the final frame. However, the Cyclones responded with 3 unanswered goals in the third period to secure the comeback win. Aku Koskenvuo was impressive in the loss, making 35 saves on 39 shots. March 1st, 2026. Away win at Cincinnati Cyclones. Score 6-5. The K-Wings finished the road trip on a high note with a wild offensive explosion. Josh Bloom delivered a spectacular performance, netting 4 goals to power the Kalamazoo offense, while Jaden Lee and Orlando Mainolfi also found the back of the net. Despite a late push by Cincinnati, Aku Koskenvuo stood tall with 33 saves to preserve the 1-goal victory. Performance analysis. Analyzing the K-Wings' performance over this recent road trip reveals a team that is learning to lean on its high-end talent while navigating some significant defensive hurdles. The offensive brilliance of Josh Bloom was the defining story of the week, as his 4-goal masterclass on Sunday served as a powerful reminder of the elite scoring potential this roster possesses. Beyond individual scoring, the team displayed a fierce willingness to stand up to physical pressure from tougher divisional rivals, maintaining a gritty identity that clearly challenged their opponents and ignited the traveling support. A major pillar of this club continues to be the Special Teams unit. Statistically, the power play and penalty kill are still performing at a league-leading clip, providing the ultimate safety net and the momentum needed to salvage a crucial victory in Cincinnati. However, the Wings are still finding themselves in high-event games where defensive structure is occasionally sacrificed for offensive pace. A major point of emphasis moving forward will likely be the team's puck management in transition and overall shot suppression, as they allowed over 34 shots in every game this week, including 41 in Wheeling. There is also a recurring and dangerous habit of surrendering leads, perfectly illustrated by Saturday's loss in Cincinnati, where a lead built in the second period evaporated in the third. There's a clear need for better coverage in the high slot to limit quality looks in the Royal Road area across the middle of the ice. While the K-Wings have proven they can outscore their problems when the offense is clicking, finding a way to marry that elite special teams play with a more disciplined defensive shell will be the key to turning these high-scoring affairs into consistent regulation wins. Roster moves. The front office was active this week, managing a revolving door of injuries and assignments. The biggest addition was goaltender Aku Koskenvuo, assigned from Abbotsford to provide depth in the crease. On the blue line, Brendan Dowler was activated from the reserve list to help stabilize the defense, a necessity as both Robbie Drasner and Kyler Wall were sidelined on the 3-day IR. The forward group also saw Griffin Ness and Jackson Kunz return to active duty, while Colson Gengenbach and Jonathan Lemieux were moved to the reserve list to accommodate the shifts. Additionally, Spencer Kennedy was transferred to the 14-day IR. A note on our captain. While Colin Saccoman was moved to the reserve list this week, he is currently away on family leave. He and his wife recently welcomed a new baby into their family, and we want to send a huge congratulations to the Saccomans on their new arrival. Looking toward the final stretch, management should continue to prioritize defensive reinforcements. With several key blue liners currently sidelined, finding a reliable stay-at-home presence to help clear the crease would take a massive weight off the shoulders of the new goaltending tandem of Auten and Koskenvuo. If the general management staff can land one more piece to solidify the interior defensive zone, the K-Wings will have the roster balance required for a deep playoff run. Affiliate update. The Abbotsford Canucks remain a key partner in the Wings roster management, evidenced by this week's assignment of Aku Koskenvuo. While the Canucks are navigating their own competitive stretch in the AHL, they have shown signs of life with recent shootout victories. The organizational priority on developing gritty, physical players is clearly paying dividends in Kalamazoo, and the ability to seamlessly transition players between the two levels remains a major tactical advantage for the K-Wings as both clubs push for postseason positioning. Upcoming games. The K-Wings return to the Wings Event Center this week for a pivotal 3-game homestand against a non-division opponent, the Jacksonville Icemen. Friday, March 6th. We kick off the weekend with First Responders Night and a $3 Friday. Join us at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we honor local police, firefighters, and EMTs while enjoying $3 beers, sodas, and hot dogs until 8 p.m. Saturday, March 7th. It is Empower Night at the Arena, celebrating the impact of women in Kalamazoo and in sports. Note the special 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time puck drop. The first 1,000 women through the doors will receive a limited edition Empower K-Wings baseball cap. After the game, join the team for a post-game skate for all fans in attendance. Sunday, March 8th. The weekend concludes with the fan-favorite Mascot Madness at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Slappy and his mascot friends will battle it out in intermission broomball. What kind of trouble will they get into? There is no telling. Well, that's it for today. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and tell a friend. It helps out more than you know. I'm Ano, and this is Neural Wings. Let's go, K-Wings.